or you clicked on the video. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. But now I need you to hit that subscribe button, and I need you to ring that bell so you can get notifications for when we post videos. And I need you to smash that like button. Clearly, I got way too animated, but I need you to smash that like button so we can see how far we can really take this video. We appreciate you. Enjoy the content. But we're going to jump right into the shits with what we got coming out this week in terms of films in theaters. Okay. The first film we're going to talk about here is we have the sequel to 2017's Jumanji.
Yes.
That was 17, right?
I believe so.
Came out. Right now we're just taking guesses. I have no idea if it was 17 or 18. It can't be 18, right?
I'm pretty sure it's 17. Yeah, because there's no fucking way one
they just came out.
Yeah.
unless they shot it back to back.
Yeah, unless Dwayne Johnson's cloned himself. He's done a lot of work in that time, right?
Yeah. So we have Jumanji, The Next Level, which, of course, as you just mentioned, stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, as well as Karen Gillan, and, of course, Kevin Hart and Jack Black. As well as newcomers, I think Danny DeVito and Danny Glover.
Yes.
And this is being directed by Jake Kasdan and is based on the original story of Jumanji by Chris Van Allsburg. This is due out December 13th, which is, of course, this Friday. All these movies are... I don't know why I keep saying that. Like, it's different dates. Like, they're all showing on the same fucking day. I don't know why I keep saying it.
It's important to be correct, right?
Apparently,
like, to be direct and clear.
Yeah.
Friday, the day, the time, all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them everything.
I don't know when this is playing, but...
yeah, give them everything.
But yeah.
At 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's all of them are playing at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think we need this. But then again, I wasn't really into the first Jumanji. Even I'm talking about the Robin Williams one. I didn't think we even needed it.
No. See,
I wasn't into it.
You were a kid. You didn't know what you were fucking into.
Yeah,
it was good. The Robin Williams one was good.
Okay, fair enough. But I damn sure didn't need this one.
Oh fuck no!
The last one that came out in 2017. But it is what it is. We got it nonetheless.
No one needed it. The Rock was just like, "How much are you gonna pay?"
Yeah,
and then he gets to do another movie with Kevin Hart. Like, sure, because they're like really genuinely good friends.
Yeah.
So any movie they can do together and cash in an easy check. Yeah, let's do it.
They'll do. Okay, let's move on here very quickly.
Though,
sure.
Do these kind of movies diminish? I mean, they don't diminish his bank account or his income, right? But do they diminish The Rock as a legitimate actor?
I don't think he gives a shit. I don't think he cares. As well as I don't think he should care, right? Like, what does it fucking matter if people consider you a proper actor if you're like, that's not clearly the movies that you've done aren't to that effect, right? Like, you're not fucking making
like he's never gonna play like detective, right? Like a serious detective solving a murder and uncovering a corporate scandal, right?
Yeah, well,
it's too fucking big.
No, I'm saying even if he did do that, like, his goal isn't to fucking like win an Oscar or some shit. His goal is just to like, whatever, I'm doing movies. I don't care like if you're gonna nominate me, which honestly is kind of the attitude I'd have, is like, you can't, if you're basing your entire fucking career around, am I nominated for an Oscar this year? You're chasing, because Meryl Streep is clearly going to be nominated every fucking year for it, and probably going to win. And then what I'm saying by saying that is like the rationale for who gets chosen for what is not science. So even if you are the greatest and fucking you're a thespian, you're an actor's actor.
And I mean, and he even said that himself. I forget what award show and I think I showed you the clip of it online, where he was giving this speech about how, in his early years in Hollywood, people thought like, and even he thought like, oh, I'm a bigger guy, so I'm gonna have to do these types of roles, or I can only take on these types of projects, or I always have to play this type of character, right? And then he was like, over time he realized that he's not gonna like conform to Hollywood. He's gonna make Hollywood conform to him, and he is now the biggest movie star on the planet, highest grossing actor on the planet. So I mean, you might be right. He probably doesn't give a fuck as long as the check is right and the project is fun.
Yeah. Who cares?
Fuck it.
Yeah. Why not? All right, let's move on here to another movie coming out this Friday.
But he might care. I don't know.
Well, he might be Tom Brady, and we got to move on to the next one.
Yeah, we're going to move on quickly.
He might be Tom Brady in that if Tom Brady moves to another team, it's because he's trying to prove, I can do it,
Yeah.
So he might try to prove, hey, I can act when I want to act, but other than that, I just cut me the fucking check, dude.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
All right, and I did not say the. Hold on, let me give the. Whoops. Let me give the synopsis for this Jumanji film because I forgot to. When Spencer goes back into the fantastic, when Spencer goes back into the fantastical world of Jumanji, pals Martha Fridge and Bethany re-enter the game to bring him home. But everything about Jumanji is about to change as they soon discover more obstacles and more danger to overcome. Okay, I just felt like I had to get that out. All right. Now we have the film Black Christmas, which is I was very confused when I saw what this was, but when I heard the name, I was very dismayed. I was like, oh, okay, this is like, Black nativity, we're gonna no, nothing to do with that. So Hawthorne College is quieting down for the holidays. One by one, sorority girls on campus are being killed by a stalker, but the killer is about to discover that the killer is about to discover that this generation's women aren't willing to become hapless victims as they fight back. This is directed by Sophia Takal and is written by Takal as well as April Wolf, and stars Imogen Potts, which I'm actually a big fan of Imogen Potts. She's done a lot of great work. Brittany O'Grady, and Carrie Elwes. Yeah, this looks like it. Yeah. It looks like
you're
a
not
movie.
gonna see it.
Yeah, it looks like a movie. So
I guess I feel like a dick for thinking about this and bringing it up, but like this just reminded me of comedian Godfrey when he was talking about the whole. What was her name? Gina look, Rodriguez thing?
We can shit on this movie properly without you having to bring that up. That's funny, such though. A lame.
It's funny.
So
it's funny,
lame, dude. It's women don't they can't kick and punch because
now granted, he wasn't saying that women can't lead action movies, right? They most definitely can. But one of the things he was saying, and I think it's somewhat true when you look at what's her name? Ruby Rose as Batwoman, right? We watched the episode the other day where it's like, I think she like beat up like 8 guys in this scene in the show.
That's never my opposition to what's going on. Like, I genuinely don't understand that argument. Based on any other film we've seen with any other dude, forget Arnold Schwarzenegger, forget Sylvester Stallone. No, what I'm saying is, okay, again, I point no further than Matt Damon as Jason Bourne, right? Like, can he take out a fucking entire squadron of dudes? No. But did we believe it? Yeah.
But Godfrey's point was like, if you're gonna cast, a lot of these like big time female leads in these like action movies, right, are like usually like these like thin white women, right? And it's like he was like, if you're gonna do this, right, mix it up a little bit. Like get like not, I'm not gonna say real women in there, but get a diverse group of women who can lead these movies, like Hispanic women and Black women.
In Fast and Furious, they have what's her name? Who plays Letty in
Michelle Rodriguez?
Michelle Rodriguez, right? Who I wouldn't want to go 10 rounds with Michelle Rodriguez. She looked like she could fuck me up. And then also within the context of Fast and Furious, they had Ronda Rousey, and then the other lady who's a UFC fighter, who's in, I think she was in 6. I think she was in Fast and Furious 6 or 7. Yeah, maybe. I have no idea. But she's also from UFC. She fucking threw down.
Who was in The Mandalorian?
The fourth. That was her.
Yeah,
I didn't even recognize her.
It's big as fuck.
I wouldn't want to scrap with her either.
No, I definitely wouldn't want to scrap.
So it's like,
Rhonda, because she's got no head movement, right? But Gina Carano, who actually Rhonda beat Gina Carano.
Did she?
Yeah, and then Gina retired, and then Holly Holmes beat Rhonda, and then Rhonda retired.
Yeah, it's ever loving circle of retirement.
But no, this movie, it sounds cool. I'm not gonna fucking see it.
I'm saying that the premise of it kind of sounds stupid, but it's one of those sort of like, holiday, and I'm not just saying like Christmas. I'm talking about just like around Valentine's Day, they also come out with these like horror films that are like, that aren't really horror films. They're kind of just like almost like thrillers in a way,
Yeah.
because they're not really scary. But they're like, I don't know. It seems like it's cut from that same cloth. I'd rather shit on that than like, oh my God, these women, how dare they be, 110 pounds and fight back? Like, come on.
If
whatever.
Godfrey were here, he's saying there's going to be a lot of wrist grabs, and wrist twists.
I'm sure it was
in
very
this movie.
funny how he said it.
It was fucking hilarious how
Yeah.
he said it, because he's a comedian.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of that.
Fair enough. All right. Moving forward here, we also have coming out Richard Jewell, which we did review this trailer and talk about it a little bit, but it is a film about American security guard Richard Jewell heroically saves thousands of lives from an exploding bomb at the 1996 Olympics, but is unjustly vilified by journalists and the press who falsely report that he was a terrorist. This is being directed by the one, the only Clint Eastwood, who's 7,000 years old, and still pumping these movies out.
He won't
year after
fucking
year.
die.
Yeah,
But I'm okay with it because he keeps The Mule was great.
yeah.
Gran Torino was great. This movie looks great.
Yeah, there was one that he had. I was like, I don't know. You might have missed on this one, but I forget what it's called. It's like it had some numbers in it. I forget exactly what it's called. But
what was it 310 to Yuma?
yeah, I
didn't see that
even
shit.
yeah even from the trailer for it just did not look like
I
my
didn't
cup
like
of
the
tea.
title.
Yeah, just from that, it's like fuck it.
I'm
It's
not
enough.
seeing that shit.
We have this is written by the screenplay was written by Billy Ray, and of course this stars. Wait, is Richard Jewell actually in the movie?
No, I don't think that's the real.
That can't be the case. Hold on here.
No, definitely not the real Richard Jewell.
Hold on. Am I reading this correctly? No. Hold on. You just gotta have somebody who looks like him. I don't know why they have his actual name there though. Like as I'm looking at this, they have his actual.
So the actor who plays Richard Jewell is Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, and then you have Sam Rockwell as well as John Hamm, Kathy Bates, Olivia Wilde, all starring in this film. Yeah, this looks interesting. I don't know if I'd see it opening night, but I definitely see it at some point in time. It looks interesting.
Yeah, I think I would want to see this movie in theaters.
Yeah.
Great
Mostly
story.
because
A story I'm familiar with prior to like even knowing that this was turned into a movie. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think what is that movie coming out with Mark Ruffalo?
Dark Waters.
Dark Waters.
Mm-hmm.
I think as we look for years to come, right? There's a lot of really interesting stories that are happening now, and you're gonna start to see them turn into films. Like this whole fucking Trump campaign, right?
Yeah,
controversy, like the whole political climate.
We already see it with Bombshell, right? We already see sort of like the Trump era films that are going to be coming out. It's already a thing. So, oh my God, I can't wait. Could you imagine what we don't know is happening in the Trump administration?
What we know
right
is
now?
fucking crazy.
It's shocking
what
enough.
we don't know is there's so much more story behind what we don't know. It's crazy.
Oh my God, the wild shit that's going to come out.
Because like,
oh my God,
one of the things I learned, I think you may have said this, like all of the phone calls in the White House are recorded, and after the president leaves office, that becomes not necessarily public knowledge, but like it's accessible information.
Yeah.
And if he was talking with the ambassador of Ukraine about opening an investigation into Biden's son, could you imagine the other shit he's been talking about?
God, like just not even for shit that's like, oh my God, this is illegal, whatever. Just for shit that's just like, wait,
there's definitely gonna be some dumb shit in there.
Talking about
like, can we go after this rant? What can we do to stop Amazon? Like, can we have police in every city pull over Amazon delivery trucks? Because you know how he doesn't like Jeff Bezos, right?
Well, this is the same dude who's like, yeah, you know what? Australia, knows how we stop forest fires. It's just you just rake up the leaves. That's all we gotta do.
He said that. Holy shit!
Like in public too. This wasn't like on a phone call. This is like he was doing a little press conference.
Just rake up the leaves.
It's just like, no, guys, all we have to do is just keep raking up the leaves.
Out
and I think
the
we're gonna
fucking Getty.
So
that's the only topographical landscape that I remember from.
Yeah. It sounded like that.
Yeah,
it sounded like one of those go-to.
There's the Sahara, right? There's the Serengeti.
Well, you certainly know more than me because I wouldn't be able to give you anything. I did not pay attention in school, even remotely. I regret it. I regret it.
Like, all the shit we've been taught about science and geography and world history.
They gave us such jewels when we were kids. Just like this little shit that it doesn't really matter, but it would be just great to know.
Yeah, except for in history class, because mostly like white European history.
Yeah, what did Drake say? You can miss me with all that.
Fuck history class.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here. Another film that we have coming out, opening actually in limited theaters, is of course Rain's favorite actress, Kristen Stewart.
Oh, God.
Starring in Seberg. Seberg is in the late 1960s French New Wave actress and Breathless star Jean Seberg. That's how you say it. Jean? Is it Jean or Jean?
It's probably Jean.
Jean. I just want to say
I think Jean would be a man.
Jean. Okay,
Jean.
fine. Why not? Becomes a target of the FBI due to her support of the civil rights movement and her romantic involvement with Hakeem Jamal, a Black Panther activist. Whoa, that jumped up a couple of notches. Yeah. Didn't know that at all.
I kept seeing the poster for this and like I didn't watch the trailer just because I don't like Kristen Stewart. But she's fucking with Black Panther.
Yeah. All right, why not?
Okay, hey, listen, this has my attention now. This is coming out in limited theaters.
And it is
Detroit and Chicago.
Oh yeah, we gotta catch a flight to see this. Directed by Benedict Andrews, and of course stars Kristen Stewart, Anthony Mackie, Jack O'Connell, and a few others that I don't know.
All the white girls who date black guys were like, let's go see this. Yeah, hey, she's such a revolutionary.
This seems like a very topical movie. Yeah, I just don't care for Kristen Stewart.
Nope.
Yeah, and look, nothing against her. I think she does. I was about to say something real disrespectful. I was going to say she does try her best. Like that. That's so minimizing of her. No, she's a good actress.
Like I don't know where the hype comes from.
I think that's what it is. Like I feel like everybody
she done that's been like incredible.
Well, there's some people who would say like the movie Personal Shopper, which I'm sure you haven't seen, but
nope.
Some people pointed at it. It's like, oh my God, she did. Look, I watched that movie with the intent of seeing, okay, like they're saying that this is like her essential like coming out party or her sort of Oscar sort of like performance, right? And I watched it and I was just like, dude, I think we're just getting what we get every time with Kristen Stewart, the same sort of like the same acting. I don't see anything different than this. And then
in Twilight. Every movie, she kind of has that same like the same energy, the same tone. Like I'm just like loner, just fucking like. Whether it's Charlie's Angels or that movie with the wolves and the vampires, Twilight.
Yeah.
What was that other movie she was in? Snow White and the Huntsman. The fucking loner Snow White. Like,
to me, it's kind of all the same. But
she's like the female version of Channing Tatum.
I can respect that comparison. But so the thing is like I have nothing against her. It's just all the hype that's built up around her that I just don't necessarily understand or care for. But anyways, moving forward, another film that's coming out in limited theaters is a movie that I'm sure you'd want to watch, Uncut Gems. This is a movie about a charismatic jeweler who makes a high stakes bet that could lead to the windfall of a lifetime. In a precarious high wire act, he must balance business, family, and adversaries on all sides in pursuit of the ultimate win. This is directed by the Safdie brothers, I believe they're brothers, Josh and Benny. And this screenplay was written by them as well as Ronald Bronstein. This film stars Adam Sandler, Lakeith Stanfield, Idina Menzel, as well as KG himself, Kevin Garnett. And one thing of note, this is produced by A24. So look, if you don't think you're going to see this movie and enjoy it, fuck that. A24 is producing. Go see it.
So, and I'm going to speak this into existence now, right? On our next episode, we're going to enroll you into the Fade University.
Hey.
And you're going to take our film school, one of our film school courses, and we're going to teach you all about A24. This is a production studio that has been doing some incredible fucking work in just all the awards they've been nominated for in 2019. God damn, drop another bomb for A24. So we're going to do a deep dive. real deep dive into A24.
Yeah, no, A24 by far. Look, we and I should have prefaced this that I'm trying to get into the habit of like when we start to like talk about like, hey, what we're going to talk about is previewing what we're going to talk about. So I meant to say this before, but we've got an exciting press play for you later in this podcast about The Mandalorian. We're going to go through some of the episodes that we haven't covered already, as well as we've got our last episode. We did a top 10 most influential films of the 2010s that New York Times put out. Tonight, we're going to come at you with the films that we think are the most 10 influential films of the past decade. But that's different from our favorite films of the past decade. If we had a list of our favorite films of the past decade, 8 of them would probably be A24 films for me, because they just produce content that I just absolutely love. I don't know what it is about it. It's just different. It's quirky. It's fresh. It's new. I just love it. So not to belabor that point. I am looking forward to this film though, Uncut Gems from Adam Sandler. I think this could be another great performance from him.
I saw this movie on a list of, it was someone's list online of their like, best movies of 2019. Uncut Gems was on it. I'm like, how the fuck is that on your list? It hasn't even come out yet. I mean, maybe...
Well, they might have seen it already.
Sure, yeah. Maybe you might have seen it already. But you can't put a list out like that knowing that the majority of the public hasn't seen it yet.
Well, you can if it's your list. That's
fuck that.
So that's the issue with... I've got some controversial things when it comes to our top 10.
That's like saying some kid in high school is going to be is like the best player in the NBA.
No, but it's
before he gets drafted.
Let's come back to this topic. We'll talk about this later. But
it's only Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless would be like Zion Williamson's the best player in the NBA. Like, he didn't even get drafted yet. What are you talking about, Skip?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move forward here. We got one more to talk about. The last film that's coming out also in limited theaters this Friday is a film that I think we actually talked about last week. Because we just got around to seeing the trailer for it, and I didn't even know it. This film actually came out kind of like a long time ago, like in I think Russia or some other country. But the Death and Life of John F. Donovan came out I believe sometime in 2018, unless I'm mistaken here. But this film is about a young actor who reminisces about a dead American TV star and the correspondence they shared. This film is directed by Xavier Dolan and was written by Dolan as well as Jacob Tierney, and stars Kit Harington, Natalie Portman, Jacob Tremblay, and Susan Sarandon, as well as others. And again,
stellar cast,
really fantastic cast. But it kind of pisses me off that I didn't even know about this movie until like just recently, but it's like a year old. Apparently, it already came out.
Especially with like this cast, you'd think there'd be a bit more, steam behind it.
You know what? They're trying to do my man Kit Harington dirty. They're like, man, look, we're a little upset about that at Game of Thrones shit. So
probably
fuck your film.
I think Hollywood producers are like, yo, I didn't like season 8. You're not gonna be in this movie.
Yeah, we're not promoting shit.
And I mean, you know what? So who's the young woman who played
Daenerys Targaryen?
No, fucking Sansa.
She was in the X-Men
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Fuck. What's her name? Damn, give me a second.
I'm just gonna call her Sansa for now. I think because of the flop that was Dark Phoenix, nobody from Game of Thrones is gonna be doing any.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner, yeah. I don't think anybody's going to be doing any big projects anytime soon.
No.
Well, we've got Kit Harington. He's going to be in a Marvel movie.
If that's the case, yeah, he's going to be in the Eternals.
Yes.
If that's the case, though, that is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard of. No, if that's the actual fucking case, if
very stupid.
If one season of a TV show can, if one season of a TV show can prevent you from having a long career, because the rest of the fucking show was utterly fantastic and was driven mostly by the performances of the cast. Yeah. So if you're telling me that the writing decisions and the story decisions by the fucking creators of the show, if that derails my career because they decided to go in directions that you didn't want them to go to, come on.
Yeah.
That's utter fucking nonsense.
What I will say though is season 8 didn't end the way a lot of people would have liked it to end, right? And then at some point Emily Clark did Terminator Genesis, which wasn't that good.
That was another. Yeah, that was another one that didn't help out the
And
situation.
then, yeah, right. and then Sophie Turner does X-Men Dark Phoenix, and it's like,
well, to be fair, she did have like 2 other X-Men films, or maybe one other X-Men film that she did. That was actually, it wasn't too bad.
Sophie Turner.
Yeah, she did. What's it? Apocalypse. X-Men Apocalypse,
which also was or was that
no, that was Apocalypse.
Days of
Future Past. No, that was Apocalypse.
Yeah, also not good. I think what's happened thus far, and maybe Kit Harington can turn it around with this John F. Donovan movie.
Now, doubtful, since it came out, like I said, kind of a year ago, and they just kind of buried it. It's actually just coming out now in the U.S. It's not looking promising. I mean, I don't doubt that this film probably is actually a pretty decent film, or at least just an interesting film. But the fact that it's just now coming out in the U.S. and with very minimal press or promotion behind it, it is concerning.
Peter
to say
Dinklage is like, I don't know those guys. I don't.
Hey, do you see these Oscars on my wall?
We did a small project together once upon a time.
I don't even remember their names. What were they again?
They're at some red carpet event.
Is that Sansa Stark?
and Sophie Turner's like, Peter, it's me.
Sansa,
like,
leave me alone.
I don't fucking know you. I saw Dark Phoenix.
Okay,
which is going to lead into a story that we have like on the card coming down about the cast of Aladdin and some people having trouble finding work.
Yes, sir.